Welcome to Sacred Geometry Academy with me, Scott Randolph Onstadt. What you'll be looking at isn't just a website, it's a map for the human bridge, a way to navigate the tension between the world we are building and the world we actually want to inhabit. In a moment, I'm going to read through a single page of the Academy legend with you, and I'll be adding some of my composer's commentary along the way, meta commentary on my philosophy and worldview, and how I arrived at it. This is an invitation to join me at a depth that brevity cannot reach. If you feel the urge to rush or to skip ahead, I invite you to breathe and try to stay a while longer. I will strive to keep both hemispheres of your mind engaged with word and image. Let's get stuck into the map and begin to navigate the inner territory. Today, we're going to delve into the human bridge, which is represented by the Vitruvian human icon centered on the Doric column on the left. So I'm going to tap that icon, and that takes us to the Human Bridge page. And here we see the familiar graphic that's on the home page. This person stands at the intersection of the silicon mind and the eternal soul. And I have a TLDR here for you. The algorithm wants you to scroll past this, way out. You tap that, you go to YouTube Shorts. If this feels too long to read, that is exactly why you might want to read it slowly. You are the missing link between the math and the magic. This is meant to capture people's attention to actually bother to read. I find that most people will just scan, and scanning does not lead to comprehension. It's a good first approximation, but you have to actually read things to have them sink in. We live in a fractured age. The West is torn between a cold materialist future driven by silicon and a fragmented spirituality that has lost its intellectual rigor. We are told we must choose between the machine and the soul. We refuse the false choice. The Sacred Geometry Academy is dedicated to the realization of the human bridge. We believe that the human being is uniquely positioned where the external collective conscious AI meets the internal collective unconscious, the Akashic. The human bridge is the mediator and synthesizer between these two massive polarities. Our calling is to stand in that intersection, whether or not we use AI in the cloud or channel spirit guides, both or neither. And geometry is our primary intelligible vehicle to explore and map this in-between space, this middle earth. Your journey of integration. To heal the rift, we must become unlikely cartographers with the aim of mapping the invisible and visible domains and manifesting our inspirations through our unique human qualities into the territories of experiencing. This is the sacred craft of the 21st century, ensuring that the world we build is in harmony with the soul that experiences it. Our Reality Atlas pathway provides the coordinates for this work through 4 core disciplines: the nature of being, ontology, recognizing ourselves not as isolated machines, but as relative modulations of the absolute, the ocean in a drop. The master map, metaphysics, integrating science and spirituality into a unified architecture that can guide the development of our future personal technologies, both outer and inner. The language of knowledge, epistemology, moving between math, quantitative data, and qualitative understanding of the patterns that inform matter. The quest for purpose, teleology, discovering the purposeful unfolding of the universe and aligning our personal creative will with the universal intent, as above, so below, to manifest and maximize that holographic harmony. The human bridge. Logic is the skeleton, emotion is the flesh. To map the human bridge, we must listen to the singer's fire as much as use the cool architect's compass. Truth is not just coldly reasoned, it is felt hot in the blood. The human being is not a top-heavy creature of pure intellect. As shown in my core illustration below, the heart is the true horizon, the central node of a sevenfold system. With 3 centers of gravity pulling toward the earth, Aristotle's echoes, and 3 centers of aspiration reaching towards the heavens, Plato's forms. The heart is the mediator. It is the only space where the artist's fire, the scientist's telescopes and microscopes, and the architect's compass can truly meet. The heart is often the center that truly knows what is best for you. The heart is our center. So this is my illustration called Core. It shows the heart is the center of the human energy system. 3 chakras above and 3 below. Here I have a quote by Leonardo da Vinci. Tears come from the heart and not from the brain. The Leonardo Code. This is a book I wrote, a full-color book called Secrets in Plain Sight, Leonardo da Vinci. I wrote this book of geometric analysis to reveal that Leonardo employed consistent, underlying, controlling geometry that anchored not just the physical form, especially the eyes, of his subjects, but the human spiritual forms, often the heart or third eye. I believe that his golden ratio-based geometry is what makes the work so subconsciously and transcendentally beautiful. It works whether we are cognitively aware of it or not. The keystone of the bridge. Standard interpretations of Leonardo's Vitruvian Man see only the geometric center of the circle. But my deeper analysis, using the golden rectangle as Leonardo's cipher, reveals a dual truth. The navel is the center of our physical body, emanating from the earthly square, while the heart is the center of our energetic, noetic presence, emanating from the heavenly circle. The navel was the center connecting us physically to our mother and earth. The heart is the center connecting the material body to the immaterial soul or heaven. Leonardo was not just drawing a man, he was masterfully illustrating the human bridge between the sacred and the mundane, between heaven and earth. I added the missing half of humanity below. So, my Vitruvian analysis shows that when you apply golden rectangles to the circle and the square, their golden ratios point directly at the heart and the navel, which are the centers of the spiritual body and the physical body. So here I've added the missing half, which is the Vitruvian woman, of course. My sketch left of the missing Vitruvian woman, a canon we need culturally to fully inhabit being human. The AI version on the right captures the irony that a system supposedly built on logic and math remains susceptible to a social double standard, one that treats the male body as geometry and the female body as indecency. It is the ultimate proof of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. It remains a cultural shadow that we must illuminate. Why has the Vitruvian woman been missing for 5 centuries? And why, even with the tools of the future, are we still afraid to draw her? This is not girl boss alternative history. It is a geometric restoration. Perhaps because we have forgotten that to be human is to be both the circle and the square, the heart and the navel, the man and the woman. We can't reproduce our species without each other. And we can't find peace until we reconcile the anima and the animus raging within. Why have we not seen this before now? The answer, of course, is that long ago we stopped looking with the heart and lusted after the shiny new temptations of telescope and microscope. We saw the skeleton of the quantitative geometry above and below us, but forgot the flesh of the qualitative meaning. It's because we threw the baby out with the bathwater in the European Enlightenment. In that great divorce, science took the measurable world and religion took the immeasurable soul, leaving the baby, our integrated human experience, to be thrown out with the bathwater. I get it. I know why our Western parents got divorced. It was necessary and important, and I'd do it just the same as if this was 1699. But I am suggesting we go back now and rescue that baby, not only for our sanity, but because it is the right thing to do. You see, the standard worldview focused on the logos, but forgot the importance of the pathos. Popular culture has embraced the pathos because it sells, but has forgotten the logos, pathologizing its vibe as intellectual, buzzkill, let alone even acknowledging the existence of the ethos. And both have entirely lost the mythos, the sacred narrative that connects our small lives to the great patterns of the stars. What it means to inhabit the human bridge is to keep our balance between all of these countervailing forces of the psyche. That is our highest calling, so keep your wits about you, or as Depeche Mode once sang in my youth, get the balance right. So I'm going to leave it here for now. Take a breath, and I'll see you in the next section in the playlist.